You know, like
It's like you were very good at what you did, and the kids liked you, and
uh,
it's unfortunate the way things turned out. But Allah has a plan. I believe in that, and it's like now you can be closer to home. You can help your family. You can provide, hopefully. So
I
it's
hope so. I hope so. Just because I think like it's about time. I mean, at that time it was a regret because I not that. I mean, they not choose me. I mean, like, at that time, like, so I decided to leave just because I think that they're gonna have an opportunity for me to. Yeah.
okay for how many months?
3 months, but it's okay. It's okay. It's about policy. It's about school regulation. It's about discrimination.
Their hand and said, "Here." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You
Hmm.
go back home, put it in your bank at home.
Right. I think
I
so.
don't believe in there's too much corruption.
Corruption, right? You can say like that. I hope. Yeah, I hope my I think maybe um, when I leave from there, I have to prepare myself, plan something, right? And then now it's okay, right? I'm not so happy right now, right?
You had like all those boys studying with you.
No, 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 no. Actually, like I just to be a part time to the Muslim school first, and then I just run my own. I mean, my own tutor, right? So I teach mainly student. Now they are from online student. Yeah, online student first, and maybe next month they're gonna have like on-site classes too because I just teach for a small group first and then it's kind of like I have to see first what it works for me because sometimes like the student here uh want to study but like the tuition or something like that it must be I mean I have to find the way that I can let them study with me meaning I mean for the IELTS course is fine, right? Just because those students are okay. Yeah.
Mohawk students, get them early.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go all C, start them really early, and then that way it comes around and more prepared.
I see, I see. Like
Yeah.
I got the student who registered for me for on-site class next month, 70 student already.
Wow.
Wow, fantastic boy. But I just charge no no I just charge only for 2,000, 3,000, not much like because I first of all I have to make sure that I got a student first and then I can keep like rising up the price after
So you can break it into two classes.
yeah, right.
Keep it at like
Right.
20.
I see.
20.
Yeah,
Then you get three different classes.
I
And then
see.
you yeah.
Maybe 25 to 30 for one class. All right. And then
Or you can even make it smaller for them. And then they
yeah,
get more one-on-one. They
yeah,
get better.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Uh,
Anyway, let's see, because I have to see at least for one semester, maybe 4 months after this, and after that, I can manage a bit better because now I just want student first, so the cost price must be what they can be affordable first. Yeah, okay.
and remember, students don't want to study one-on-one. They want a friend.
Right, that's correct, sir.
My dad want one-on-one, but
And then like and if they come here for friends, so they don't have to pay much. They just pay for like a ticket and see watching, like like a ticket out to see a movie, watching movie here, right? Things like that. Yeah.
and if you're teaching online, you could be at the beach teaching online. You can go anywhere.
Yeah. I try to plan for hybrid course for some student who don't live here. They can study with me online, right? Because I've got some student from Bangkok who used to be my student, and then they just start continue studying with me. And yeah, just it's not that one on one. It's a small group, maybe 2 or 3 students to study online Zoom here, right? And but I think yeah, but I think the on site might I mean, it might be fun for me. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, so, are you still alone? Where are you? Okay, okay. The same place, the same building, and the same room, right?
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous here now, so I don't go out
Right?
at night.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so
Don't
I just
worry.
had all these boys from Deja Mud School stop me. And I was
Mm.
walking through Green Market. They're on their motorcycles and talking to me. And some of the people, when I was talking to them, did not look at me very nice.
All right, all right. So,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't go out now.
Okay. Pretty dangerous, right?
You heard, right? Saturday night, downtown Patani, bombs. 3 bombs went off.
Because I just living in Jella, right? I didn't get any catch up with the Patani City.
You'll see everything.
I hope I can. Maybe if I, like because I'm kind of busy right now, and I think that if I have a time, I can visit Patani, right, to see like especially you and those teachers.
About you, she misses you.
Yeah, she messaged me already, and then I just
I think that was his daughter they got married. I'm not sure. He has a son and a daughter.
Georgia of Attendant Road Park.
Okay, daughter. He's got a son too.
All right, Georgia first.
I didn't know until last minute. He just put down, Miss Head, I need 3 days off again.
I
He
see.
took off all last week because of Rayo. When he posts to his kids.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Maybe he just set up for a small event. Because the big because if like for here, right? For local people here just set up for twice time. The first time is just like to make sure that they can marry together, right? And after that, they got a big event. Maybe they can set up at the hotel, and they can invite a lot of teachers from the school to participate.
Told me this in advance, and then today it's like
it's the last minute, right?
and they're like, "Oh, you're invited to John Dune's house for lunch," and I'm like,
I see.
"Well, I got the message at 11:30. I teach at 12:30. By the time I went to the office, everybody was gone. It was like,
oh God, right?
Okay. Yeah, but I know where he lives. I could have walked there, but it'd have been a long walk behind Mall.
Behind Mall, right?
Yeah, but then I'm like, I gotta teach the little kids. I can't just leave.
Okay.
My job to teach, so I stayed.
That's okay. That's okay. Just take a rest. It would be great, right? Okay.
And then tomorrow, all of Thailand's White Crew Day, Teacher Day. But the best thing is, it's my birthday. So what a great birthday present to teach.
So today's your birthday, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is your birthday. I think I could.
I don't have to teach, but I have to go in early. They want me to go to the prayer service to be Christian, and I'm like,
I see.
I don't have a religion.
Oh, okay. Right. I understand you.
I was born Christian, but no, I know more about Islam. My best friends are Islam. My wife's Buddhist. It's like, but I gotta go to the Christian part. I think it's gonna be me, another teacher, and one student. And then they do something in the morning. And then the kids get their awards for good grades. But then in the afternoon, Mol Nung and Mol Si will do like Jakayan. They're going to do different games and activities. So it's something brand new.
Because they are more Nung and more Song, right? So the way that they have to choose is a bit different.
Play sport.
Yeah.
If I play sport, I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm wearing.
Right.
You can. And we have to dress nice. How do we dress nice and play sport? This doesn't make sense. No?
Right. Okay.
If I would change the shorts, people are like, whoa, you can't. This is like, you can't do that. But I'm like, I'm playing sport. If I'm going to play soccer or futsal with the kids, I'm not wearing long pants. No, I'm going to wear shorts. I'm going to dress appropriate. I think it's appropriate, but it's not appropriate here. So I'll just be a coach, or I'll just kind of And I can't do Jackayan because my hand, I can't be tug of war. So it's
So if you're jogging, I mean, if you're running behind the more, right? I mean, you can meet with Ajahn, who is the new teacher, because she is running in the evening all the time. I mean, I cannot remember.
one was the CEO from like
Yeah. Ajahn, who's his her name is Ajahn.
I don't know their names. I don't go in the office. I'll just stay in my office.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm not gonna run. I'll be lazy.
Yeah.
Normally I'm asleep by 7 o'clock. So the other night, at Saturday night, when the bomb went off at 8, I was already asleep.
Yeah.
They placed it downtown market near TK Park, in that area. Then the 5 minutes later, in the alleyway by the Chinese hotel, another one went off. And the next morning, they went to go figure out what was in the market, and they found another one that didn't go off, and they diffused it.
I see. Got it.
They have videos of guys on the motorcycle, both people, but they haven't caught them yet. But it's
Happy birthday! Happy birthday in advance for your
the morning market. And some guy just gave me a look like either he couldn't believe I was there, or it was a look like, yeah, like he wanted to kill me. So it was an uncomfortable feeling. So tonight I got another uncomfortable feeling with these women holding their kids. They did not look happy to talk. I mean, because I was talking to kids from Dejamont, and they were having a conversation with me, and I was trying to be nice, being a teacher. I'm talking to kids, and these people were just looking at me and just not good. Very dangerous for me now. Very dangerous. And no extra money. No way. No.
You can go to Hat Yai right now, right?
I might just go to Krabi or go somewhere different. Just kind of get away from all this if I have to. I don't want to teach in Hat Yai. No way. It's not a good working environment. So I'd rather go with the poor kids or go to another area or just try to help others.
Okay. All right. So I have a class a bit. Maybe we can talk later. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let me know if you ever come to town.
Okay.
I'll tell the teachers. Yeah. Stop by the office. We'll have a party.
Okay. Good. Nice to meet you. Happy birthday, everyone. Bye. ใครเข้ามาแล้วบ้างครับผม All right. So today, right? Maybe we're gonna have like some student join in this class already, right? I think just because for today class is about I think it's about mock test, but I have to say that I think we should go for the first hour to be speaking part first, and I'm going to let maybe all of you to do practice all together in order to make sure that we can prepare a bit because I heard that some of you may have upcoming tests on this weekend, right? Saturday and Sunday, and I have to say that you can use this floor. You can use this chance to practice your speaking because we're gonna have like lots of speaking topic here and just randomly, right? If you prefer to talk. How many of you here? Okay, nah. Okay, right. Anyone want to be because we can start doing the test already for today class, and then I'm going to give you some feedback for your speaking too, right? Again, right? Anyone want to be volunteer? For this slide, you can choose only one topic and talk for 2 long minute set. if you prefer to choose, if you prefer to choose the A, right? You have to explain pollution to a visitor from another planet.
ที่คนดูนะครับว่าทำไมคนไทยชอบไปเที่ยวฮ่องกงวันนี้เบนจะมาบอก
แป๊บ
เห
หนึ่ง
ตุ
แป๊บ
ผ
ห
ล
นึ่งครับ
บอกเลยว่ากลับฮ่องกงรอบนี้ต้องปังยิ่งกว่าเดิมเพราะส่วนตัวไปมาหลายรอบ
Okay, right. Any volunteer wanna try to speak for this kind of topic here, just because you can practice together. All right. Okay, again, right? Just because we're gonna have 4 topic set. สุ่มไหมครับไม่ต้องสุ่มให้พูดทุกคนแหละฮะและให้เลือกมาหนึ่งตัวหมายถึงว่าสุ่ม หายไปหมดเลย All right, just because basically, all right, okay, basically for topic set, is that right? And I have to say that you can practice from A, B, C, and D, right? Explain pollution to a visitor from another planet, and then explain a doctor what would be helpful during an office visit, and explain the causes and effects of a poor diet. And the last is that explain the causes and effects of impulse buying. Impulse buying means that buying without thinking or without considering much on that case, right? Okay. วอลันเทียเลยมีไหมสุ่มเลยมีแค่2 คนเนี่ยสุ่มยังไงดี
ผมวอลันเทียก็ได้ครับอาจจะยังไง
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. So you can
ต้อง
choose. Yeah, you can choose just only one topic. Okay. Yeah.
เลือกเป็นข้อ C ก็ได้ครับ
All right. Okay. Good.
ต้องเตรียมตัวก่อนไหมครับหรือว่าพูดเลย
So if you want to prepare, it's fine, right? If you want to go ahead or just start talking, it's fine too, right? Which one do you prefer?
maybe go ahead เลยก็ได้ครับ
Okay. Okay.
ไม่
One.
ไม่รู้
Yeah.
ว่าจะเตรียม
Don't worry. Don't worry. This is a flow of practice. Just enjoy learning together, and this is the last chance for all of us to study for this kind of tutorial session, right? I have to say that if you don't perform yourself for today's class, it means that you cannot even see such feedback for your oral speaking skill, right? So I would say that I try to encourage everybody to just choose and then talk. Again, right, just because I have to make sure that you got the instruction for speaking part 2 first. Speaking part 2, you have to talk for a long run, right, for 2 minutes set. And I'm going to say that you're going to have like 1 minute for preparation time. But if you are ready, you don't have to do so. You can do such impromptu speech. And for 2 minutes set, I would suggest that for 1 minute, you can talk about what, when, and where. It's okay? What, when, and where. And for 1 minute later, you can plan and manage your speaking for how and why. Is that okay? Yeah.
โอเคครับ Okay, so about poor diet, I think dietary is a really important thing to human because we consume every day and we get a lot of different nutrients. And if we get a bad one, yes, it has a bad effect. So I think it is a really scientific thing because when we eat a junk food, such as junk food, it contains a fat and a lot of bad chemical products that enter our body and do harms. So, but there is a question why people do that because when we eat fat, yes, we get a lot of good hormone that make us happy and make us addicted to it. So the effects of poor diet is maybe you gain fat and then you lose some strength with it, and it kind of squirrel your behavior of eating into a very bad behavior. So to prevent that, you should be mindful about your dietary, your meal each day, and just keep eating good things. Yes.
Good. All right. Done, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
okay. Thank you so much for sharing here. Good. Okay, I'm going to give for such like a constructive feedback for your speaking first. Okay, what I'm hearing from your speaking there, right? I think that okay, so first of all, what we need to consider when it comes to speaking test is that the key evaluation for speaking part. Is that right? So first of all, we have to make sure that our fluency or our coherent might be an acceptable way. So first of all, your fluency is quite, fluent. I have to say that you're fluent and you are a good speaker when you're talking or sharing something in English. And the way that we have to make sure that our fluency may go with how we can, make sure that our logic, right, our reason or even explanation can get together. I have to say that you can say you can plus with some kind of transition. For example, like for speaking, we have to make sure that and or but so and or but so would be like a simple form to run or to connect the idea all together. Is that okay? And sometimes, like just because we have to talk about the cause and effect, this is a really important to make it clear for the logical connection here. I have to say that you can start with courses first, and then I mean this is my suggestion, right? You can start with courses first, and then talk about courses and what can be implied to be a course, including directly or indirectly for the courses that. And after that, you can make sure that you cover for courses in that content for 1 minute set. And after that, you can go on with the effect or consequences of the poor diet here, right? So basically, you have to make sure that the cause and effect must go together. Meaning that if you talk about the cause, would be like just because the people may not consider way to choosing such a diet, implying that this is kind of a people, a person may have any kind of like the effect of their choosings when they choose just poor diet here, right? So this is really important for connect the way that we can be for such a score in the fluency and coherence. And second part is about grammar range and accuracy, right? Okay, I will give you for such overall constructive feedback here. I think that the grammar range is fine. I mean, it is acceptable. You can beat at least maybe 6.5 as a baseline now, right? Just because when it comes to talk about C1 or 7 band for grammar range and accuracy, you have to make sure that you got, the way that we have to use a complicated structure first. For example, like due to, even though, or do, or something like that. Okay, yeah. And for your, okay, part three, right? Key evaluation number three is that vocabulary. So just because for vocabulary, it is a little bit challenging because, a way of speaking in using correct vocabulary must go hand in hand. I mean, sometimes like if we talk about a technical term, all right, we have to explain on that term too. For example, if you talk about poor diet, it would go for malnutrition. You have to make sure that this is the way or effect must, what I want to say is that you have to explain for more detail on that too. And the last is that the key evaluation for, uh, pronunciation, right? I don't think that you have a problem with pronunciation just because you run everything in flow. The key for evaluation is that the key for pronunciation is that you have to make it clear, and your spelling, your way to speak must be clear. And just remind again, just because for pronunciation, we have to make sure that we use a, tone, and then pace of speaking must be clear, right? Meaning that we cannot even speak fast or we cannot even speak slow, but we have to make sure that way of pace of our speaking must be clear, and the clarity is a key too for pronunciation here. So I think if you can test on the real day, right? I mean, the real test day, um, yeah, it is possible for you to get 6.5 now, right? So you can move on and then practice later. Is that okay? But this is my feedback. Maybe you can get more than that or even lower than that. But just make sure that I have to say that for speaking part, even examiner or English teacher just judge you as the band that you can get. But sometimes like it's a little bit slightly changed for 0.5. For example, like if I say to you that you can get 6.5, it means that you can get better than that, at least 7 or even 6 only, right? Okay, good. Okay, next, moving to second part here, right? Volunteer again. So if you can choose here, just choose only one out of four, right? Explain the causes and effects of prejudice, right? Describe how to be a good citizen. And then describe your favorite game and explain why it is your favorite. And tell how to pack for a camping trip. Okay, pack for a camping trip. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, choose only one out of four, right? A or B or C or D. And then just plan a bit. And if you're ready, just turn on the microphone here. Sorry for that. Okay, so anyone want to be volunteer for speaking test 3.2 here? Choose only one out of four. The same person can go ahead if you want to, if you wish to speak again. All right. Mhm. If not, I have to say, if not, no, because this is the last day for you, right? I have to say that it's a time as it's a floor for all of you to practice your speaking together, right? Mhm. Explain the causes and effects of prejudice, right? Describe how to be a good citizen. Describe your favorite games and explain why it is your favorite. And tell how to pack for a camping trip. Mhm. So it might be happen to you for part two speaking, right? 2 minutes set, just because I think that this is really demanding, really challenging, and also that if you can practice well, you can beat the score for 7 up. Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll begin part two. So can anyone write your name to me, please? Because I can call your name here. Just write your full name here. Because yeah, because I can know I can get to know how many of you here in the Zoom, right? Home Jai, right? Okay, you can be next person for me, please. Otherwise, you know the test session here. Would you like to talk again for this slide? Okay. So I think like maybe you can plan and prepare for this kind of topic, right? Just because it's about part two, right? So storytelling and also the way that you have to make sure that for part three, discussion part two, I think yeah, you can prepare a little bit more about that. หรือว่ายากไปนะครับ alright
เออถ้าเลือกพูดเลือกเป็นข้อ A นะ
A right explain the causes and effect of prejudice
prejudicing มันคือ bias นะ
yeah bias okay I need to clarify right prejudice it means that you unfair okay unfair and if the action is unfair so we call it prejudice right Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so if you look back to the rule about 5 years ago, you will see uh, a lot happening, such as the trends of Black Lives Matters, gay rights, and a lot of activities that happened in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? It maybe come from a group of people that do think.
Mm. So it's quite hard, I can say. Is that right? Maybe you can plan for it happens to be if you choose A, is that right? So meaning that we can plan for a discussion part two. Let's say like okay, thank you so much for your sharing here. I'm going to share the idea for this kind of topic here, just because I think that you can give an idea to all of you here, right? So basically for the cause and effect, right? If you happen to see having some question that is deal with cause and effect, right? Just make sure that you are asking to respond for discussion part instead of other thing. Is that right? Meaning that when it comes to discussion part, we have to make sure that we have our own voice or even our own opinion. Uh-huh. So let's say, like for a prejudice, I don't think that it could be fair that any action is unfair. So you can take your own personal experiences or even the situation, right? Other situation, other circumstances, right? And try to make sure that you can, explain something. Okay. For example, to me, I got a friend who did something unfair to other people, and sometimes this is maybe the effect of the way that people perceive in such a single community. Sometimes, like doing just prejudice in that society may be harm to other people, not just only for our own feeling, perception, or even sentiment. But I have to say that it caused the way that the people may look up to that the prejudice can be act as an action in a normal way. So this is really important that we have to make sure that any circumstances or any action can deal with fairness instead of doing such prejudice. Even it is coming from power, authority, or even it's kind of thing, right? But we as a like a speaker have to make sure that the prejudice can be decreasing or even eliminated from this kind of situation at all, right? Okay, things like that. A good citizen นะเดี๋ยวลองเอาคนอื่นบ้างได้ไหมเรา move นะ Nanny. All right. So moving to next part, because we can run a class for speaking section, speaking test, and then speaking evaluation. The first thing is that describe. The first part is that describe how weather affects your commute to the school. Okay, weather, right? And second, tell how you can make a new friend. And next, explain the causes and effects if not voting in election. Okay, and then explain what you should do if you want to end a relationship. Let me in call. I have just choose only one out of four and then plan a bit and turn on the microphone here if you wish to talk about it. Okay, again, right? I'm going to I'm going to let you prepare a bit. What you need to prepare is that you have to answer for 5 WH question. What, when, where, why, and how, right? So this is really important. And suppose that you have to talk about why and how. You have to make sure that you take any situation and example to support your answer here. Mhm. Okay, anyone want to be volunteer for this kind of topic, right? Choose first and then prepare and then talk. That's it. When I become a teacher, right? Okay, hi, how are you? Just wish, okay, say hi to everyone here. So do you think, okay, if I can talk and can invite, if I can choose, right? I think it is, spark me a bit for a tale how you can make a new friend. Right? So basically it depends on the personality, right? Sometimes like how you can make a new friend. Some people may feel that um, making new friend is essential tool for making your life to become better, right? But however, I would say that to those people who have their own personality, which is contradict to how to making friends right become easier. For example, like those people who are introvert personality, sometimes it's quite hard for them to make friends. So it is really important that they have to, they have to, reconsider about their personality or attribute that making friends can be easy for them. To me, I think we can strike into balance. For example, like those people who can easily making new friends, they can become a best friend, right? And how can we make a friends here? It is a part of our speaking that we can show that attribute or people characteristic is a key too. I have to say that you can start small talk and then you can share something similar, a common interest, and it would go to be such really interesting and fascinating way to make friends here. Is that right? Mm. Okay, done, right? For 3 part 3. Okay, move to 3 part 4 here. Explain some of the best ways to prepare for a job interview, or you can say job university admission, or oral interview for university admission here. Just chip and change a bit, just because I think you can be more specific to your own way for talking and speaking here. Second, explain how to have a winning baseball team. So this is really important for explaining the main characteristic or strategic plan something, right? Strategies that you can win such a baseball team, and explain what you should do if you want to end a relationship here. This is really important too, just because ending such a relationship is not happen for a couple relationship or any kind of like a love living relationship there, right? Sometimes it can happen to co-worker, friends, or even stranger relationship here. So this is really important that we can say something that is reflect to our own experience or personal circumstances here. And the last question is explain some of the best way to prepare for any job interview. So for A and D is the same, right? So you can have just only put three choices here. So for speaking test, is that right? If you aim to get advanced level of speaker, right? And for upper intermediate level of speaking test, I have to say that what you can plan for studying is that practice speaking on your own first. Okay, just because if we can make sure that we can have speaking partner, it would be great. But just make sure that your speaking partner could be such the one who can be an excellent pupil, such English teacher, those who speaking in English environment, or even a native speaker there, right? This is the only one way they can practice for a native speaker there. And sometimes if you can prepare for your speaking, right? At least you're gonna get 6.5 or even 7 there, right? I have to say that you can do for different version for your speaking, right? For example, like if you need to talk about how to prepare for a job interview, and try to make sure that the first response can go with the question. For example, like if you need to explain or prepare, right? Something just let's say like just talk about first, second, third, something like that in their orderly or crop, in the way that we can step into it, right? And second, you have to make sure that you can do the different version. The first one is that if you talk like this, and then you just evaluate yourself first and try again with a different version. This really works for IELTS speaking preparation, just because it's a part of ways of prepare for speaking version, right? Especially when it comes to part two or even part three discussion part. I think maybe for at least two different version, it would be great for your response. If you just talk only for single response, meaning that you don't have any time or opportunity to rehearse your speaking. And even you see the evaluation that okay, your cap response or even your idea can be connected to each other, your fluency, grammar, or vocabulary here, right? But sometimes like it's not enough, so you have to practice or rehearse for different version here. Thank you for your asking here. Hope you guys got the answer. Again, right? Just practice for many, many times, but I would suggest that only for 2 times is enough, right? For different version, yeah. All right. Okay, next. กี่โมงละไปเบรกก่อนดีกว่า Okay, I'm going to take a break first, and we can see maybe 10 minutes later. Okay, see you guys. So how can I get grammar band 7? Um, mm, 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 mm. So for grammar, right? For grammar, for speaking test, you have to make sure that you use some kind of advanced structures. For example, like if you can say something that though, even though, right? However, and this is kind of a complex structure that you can practice, right? It's not just only for talking, and then you can use weak transition. I have to say that if you can use a strong transition, especially for a discussion part, let's say like, however, although, even though, right? It means to you a lot and you can beat for a 7 band, I have to say. But anyway, sometimes like if you can use related clauses, right, which is demand for any explanation and clarification on something. If you happen to explain something, for example, if you got a topic for cyberbullying, right? Some people may not really understand what you're saying here, so you need to explain and clarify, which is you have to use for the clauses or even relative clause, adjective clauses, something like that. So this is maybe some kind of tip and strategy that you can beat for 7 band, right, in grammar here. Thank you for your correction here.